So, I'm out on the porch of my host's house, and I'm going into, I realized this morning it's Sunday, I'm going into my second week of the artist residency tomorrow. And I just don't feel like I'm getting enough done. I'm spending a lot of time posting on social media because I'm trying to build up my social media audience and reach further and further and further and further, and it's working. It's starting to work because I post on YouTube here, I post on Pinterest, I post on 2 Facebook pages, Instagram. I'm trying to remember to post on Flickr, Twitter. I tried Snapchat, but I just don't have the time for that. That's more free time kind of thing, which I don't have. I think there are a couple more sites, but Google Plus. So I'm working it. I'm having a little bit of time to paint every day. I'm trying to paint it between videos and live chats and all that. Live chats on Facebook. So I'm pretty much on, I have a schedule for myself, and I'm pretty much on schedule with the social media. I have 2 shows that I have to submit work to very soon, but I'm also looking at reaching further. I have to apply to the Portrait Society of America. That's on my list, my to-do list. And I really want to start submitting work to galleries in D.C., find a contemporary art gallery where my work might fit in D.C. I think there's only 1 or 2, really. I was looking at Baltimore and Philadelphia. But right now, I've got to get a brochure together. I have to find a printer in town, or a printer nearby. We're not in town. We're 30 minutes from any town. So I have to find a printer nearby who's good. You know, I miss my guys in Pawtucket, Park Printer, but because I can talk to them and we can work together. But I've got to find somebody here in Virginia. So I've got to get a brochure together. I have to get, all that portfolio submission work together. There's so much involved. And every day that goes by, every minute, I can hear the clock ticking down. I know that by tomorrow morning I will have 50 weeks left of my artist residency. And that sounds like a long time, 50 weeks. To me, it sounds like a heartbeat. After 3 years of working part-time jobs, in 2012 I had a number of solo shows. I had 2 in New York. I had 1 that was 2 months long in New Bedford. I had shows in Boston, several more in New Bedford. Was all over the place. I can't remember. There were a few, and stuff where I was asked to be a fill-in artist, and so I did that. I did that a lot from 2009 through 2012 or something, and there were a lot of shows before that too. 2006. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then things went awry, and things started to fall apart in 2013. Didn't start to, they just kind of avalanched into this big pile of mess of a pile or something like that. And so I had to get a part-time job, and it was physically exhausting, it was mentally and emotionally draining, and my boss was extremely abusive on a level I've never seen. And I won't be tolerating again. Hopefully, I won't have to. And then I got another job. I left that one, got another job, and I was some aspects of it I loved, and so anyway, what I'm trying to do here is not only get the social media stuff set up, not just, get the brochures in place, get everything set out, submit, which is extremely important because before I leave here, I want to be in a gallery in D.C. I have to get in at least 1 gallery. I have to get down to Miami. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I've got to make a trip down to Miami. I've got certain goals. I wanted to get back on track where I'm painting 10 to 15 paintings a month, build up my portfolio there. But I have to have venues to sell them in. I mean, we have a few right now, but I want more. I want, I have bigger plans. I have plans to get bigger and bigger and bigger, get my work further and further out there. So not only do I have to work on all that and my to-do list, but I also have to work on repairing myself. And I have a feeling this was sent along, this opportunity to have an artist residency out in the middle of nowhere with these very kind, generous people in the middle of the woods with woodpeckers and deer and little black bear and cows everywhere. In the middle of all these battlefields where there's nothing but peace and quiet and history and a chance to learn and elevate. I think I'm here so I can repair from the past 3 years or so. Because there could be something bigger coming. And I have to be ready for living cleanly again. And, I mean, I'm a clean person. I shower every day. I wash my clothes, blah, blah, blah. But I'm living in an atmosphere that is far and above anything that I've allowed myself to have since 2012, or even before that. I have a carrot and a stick way of living, where I'll set goals for myself, and if I don't reach them, I cannot have this one marvelous thing that I would like to have. And sometimes that's just, well, not anymore, but it used to be like a cookie. And, if I don't reach my goal, I can't have my cookie. If I don't reach my goal, I can't go to the movies. And I love going to the cinema. I love going to the cinema, like a real cinema with, foreign films or documentaries. I'm one of those people. But if I don't reach my goal, I can't go. There's a museum in Richmond I want to go to. If I don't reach my goal, I can't go. There's a show in Richmond I want to go to by Vanessa German. I talked about her in my last video. There's a show at a college in Virginia I want to go to. Well, if I don't reach my goal, can't go. Can't go. And it used to be about punishing myself for failing, but now it's going to be more about, I'm going to make it feel like more of a reward. I have a certain amount of paintings I have to get through right now, and I just started them. Once I get 3 to 5 canvases done, probably 5 canvases done, I will allow myself to go into DC, to go to Dick Blick and pick up some more canvases. But until then, no. So I've lived a carrot stick lifestyle, punishing myself for failing, punishing myself for what other galleries have done, punishing myself for not selling a piece that should have sold, and I had no control over. But now it's going to be more about reward, so I'm feeling more positive. And so when I leave Virginia, I can go into my next opportunity with a more positive attitude. I hung out yesterday for a few hours with a new friend, and we went to a reclaimed place, like a place where they tear apart barns and they take the hardware and sell them. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just half asleep. And we were looking for antique bracket pieces for a painting that I had done, and it's going to be framed, and I want to be able to attach these to the corners. I want antique corner pieces. And that's not something I normally allowed myself to do, because I hadn't completed what I needed to complete it, because I spent 3 hours buying another new phone at Walmart and trying to get it set up. So I didn't finish my day's job. But we stick to the schedule, we went out. And I went out with him, and I felt so horrible, because my Chandler Bing side came out. I was snide and snotty and very serious and trying not to be. So, 10 years ago, I didn't know how to do any of this. I didn't know how to post anything online. Well, I knew how to post pictures online, but I didn't know how to make a video. I'm not sure I had the capability at all, or that it was available. But I wasn't making videos. I wasn't painting artwork and posting artwork. I wasn't doing any of this. I didn't know how to reach goals. I could set them, but I wasn't sure how to reach them. But after several years of AA, Al-Anon, and therapy, and Tolle, what's his name? Eckhart Tolle, reading Eckhart Tolle and listening to people who talk about getting rid of the negative, I started to figure it out. And so I'd set a goal, reach it, reward myself. Set a goal, reach it, reward myself. I'm not saying I'm the most positive person in the world, because I'm really not. I'm very snide, and as you can hear, hi kitty. And, you know, I can get negative and my Chandler Bing can come out, but I'm going to take part of this year to not only push my artwork, but to hopefully stop myself from being quite so negative, and to get ready for the next level in life, the next step. Fingers crossed, I am able to work my way through this barrier that I keep hitting and become the artist that everyone else knows I can be. I keep hearing, you're going to be big, you're going to be famous, you're going to be. Well, hopefully I can take this year and get me through to that big side. Because, honest to God, I am ready to go to Germany. I'm ready to go all over Europe. I'm ready to go across the United States. And that might sound lofty. I'm ready to go to Canada. I'm ready to show my work in bigger audiences. But I have to change my heart from being closed and negative to open. I've got that opportunity here in the woods with the cows and the black bears and the deer. I just have to take advantage of it and breathe for a bit. And maybe reward myself for taking an hour and walking Bugsy on a trail. And not posting online, I don't know. I'm watching woodpeckers. Maybe reward myself for sitting quietly. But it's time to repair. It's also time to paint. I've got to shower and get out in the studio. Ciao.